There's a special kind of silence in Durotar mornings. The sun's barely up, the dust is already in your nose, and somewhere in the distance, a boar is screaming like it owes someone money. That was the day I turned 18 and my mom kicked me out. Name's Gorzag. Green, gorgeous, and unemployed. I always thought adulthood would start with some epic prophecy, or at least a dramatic thunderstorm. Instead, I got, Gorzag! You pay rent or you get out! Door flap slams open, and there she is. My mother, Graka the Thunderhand, breaker of bones, crusher of skulls, destroyer of my sleep schedule. I blink. My hair's a mess. I'm shirtless, still wearing yesterday's loincloth. I'd like to tell you that's unusual, but it's really not. Morning, Ma, I mumble. Not morning! Late! Sun already high! You still here? Why you still here? She crosses her arms. Her biceps have biceps. The hut suddenly feels about 3 sizes smaller. I try the classic defense. I'm a fury warrior. I'm, finding myself. She squints. Find yourself a job! She points out toward the blazing red desert like it's a chore wheel. World out there! Sand! Rocks! Things to hit! Go hit things! Bring back money! You not pretty enough to just stand around and flex! Which is absolutely a lie. I am definitely pretty enough to stand around and flex. Have you seen these shoulders? I step out of the hut, and the sun smacks me in the face like, congratulations, you're an adult now. No refunds. Same old Durotar. Jagged rocks, dry air, everything the color of a very angry sunset. But today, it hits different. This isn't wander around and annoy the neighbors Durotar. This is get a job or sleep with the Scorpids Durotar. I run a hand through my hair and roll my shoulders. I'm not saying I'm vain, but if the wind hits me at the right angle, it should have to pay a fee. I know 3 things about myself. I like hitting stuff, I like yelling, and I look incredible holding 2 weapons at once, which, in Orc society, is technically what they call marketable skills. The other orcs are already up and grinding at life. One's hauling wood, another's sharpening a blade. Someone's teaching a kid how to headbutt responsibly. I pass my neighbor, old Gromnak. He's got that permanent, back in my day face. Morning, Gromnak, I say. He snorts. 18, huh? You get your rage under control yet, boy? I shrug. Define control. Sometimes I yell before I hit things now. He nods like that's legitimate progress. Honestly, it probably is. I start jogging down the dusty path, the world vibrating with heat and bad decisions. Being a fury warrior sounds amazing, until you realize it's basically just unpaid anger management with weapons. You think it's going to be glory, honor, people chanting your name. But it's more like, hey Gorzag, can you clear out some boars? Hey Gorzag, can you deal with these scorpids? Hey Gorzag, can you fix this problem we've ignored for 10 years? You're not a hero. You're pest control with great deltoids. My first client of the day is one extremely confused boar. Just vibing, snuffling the dirt, living his best spiky life. He sees me. I see him. We share this tiny, silent moment of understanding. We both know I don't have to do this, but I do, because I need rent money. And also, I'm mad about being awake this early. I let the rage roll up from somewhere deep inside. That simmering, hot feeling like when someone eats the last of the roasted quail and leaves the empty plate sitting there like a crime scene. 2 swings, 1 good battle yell, and the boar is done. First boar down. First step toward not living in my mom's spare hut forever. It's not exactly epic, but hey, everybody starts somewhere. Some heroes get dragons. I get livestock. By the time Razor Hill shows up on the horizon, my shoulders are warm, my blood is pumping, and I've screamed at least 3 different scorpions, which in Fury Warrior terms is called stretching. The place rises out of the dust like an angry hedgehog. Spikes, walls, watchtowers, and at least one guy whose full-time job is yelling at people who walk too slow. You can tell a lot about a place by what people are shouting. Here it's things like, "We need more blades!" "Who left meat in the sun again?" "If the Quillboar come back, I'm blaming you!" Honestly, it's kind of comforting. Chaos, yelling, mild threats. It smells like home. I start asking around about work, not job. You never call it a job. That sounds like forms and meetings. You say contracts, gigs, opportunities to express myself violently in a professional context. One of the grunts gives me a once-over. "You look strong enough. Can you swing both arms at once and not fall over?" "I can swing both arms, both weapons, and my hips at once, I say. I'm practically performance art." He stares a bit too long for my comfort. "Right. Well, we've got problems with scorpids, boars, and certain neighbors." He explains the situation. I catch about 3 words. Danger. Expendable. Payment! Perfect! So that's how my glorious adult career begins. Freelance desert violence. It's not glamorous yet, but under the sweat and dust and low-level fear of death by hooves, something's waking up inside me. This rhythm, this beat, footfalls, heart pounding, steel swinging, rage. Not just as wild flailing, but as fuel. Everyone else calls it anger issues. I call it employable. I need a target. I spend the day handling what they politely call threats, and I call things that need hitting. Scorpions rush me. I rush back, faster. Boars charge. I step aside and introduce them to my weapon collection. The sun moves slow, but my muscles are burning in that this is how you become hot and also maybe dead kind of way. Under all the dust, I know what I bring to the table. Jawline of a demigod. Posture of someone who has never heard of stretching. Abs, somewhere under the bread. And the raw, unfiltered energy of someone who would absolutely suplex a cactus if there was coin in it. People do stare. You get the looks, the whispers, the occasional, "Hey, big guy, you busy later?" It's flattering, but it doesn't pay for food. You can't walk into the butcher and say, "I'd like 10 pounds of meat. I brought these cheekbones." They want coin. Coin means work. Work means more things to hit. Halfway through the day, I run into something bigger. Not the usual angry bug. This thing looks at me like I'm the snack. Too many legs, too many teeth. The kind of thing you see when you fall asleep after eating something you definitely shouldn't have. It lunges. I flinch. Not because I'm scared. I just suddenly remember I do not have health insurance. For one heartbeat, I think, I could just go home. Tell Mom it didn't work out. Ask if I can sleep by the fire again. Then I hear her voice in my head. 18-year-old orc in my house? Ha! Unless you paying rent, you sleeping with pigs. So I do what any sensible young man does when faced with danger and long-term consequences. I lean all the way into my bad decisions. I let the fury take me. Everything narrows down to movement and impact. Step, swing, shout. Step, swing, shout. It hits me. I hit it. I'm pretty sure we're both making the same noise at some point. The world becomes a mess of dust, ringing ears, and that sharp, stupid joy of, I will absolutely feel this in the morning. Then it's over. The creature drops. I'm standing there, panting, shirt half torn, sweat shining on muscles that did not look this good yesterday. For the first time all day, I grin. A real one. Yeah, I could get used to this. That's when it hits me. I'm not just Graka's boy, or the loud one with too much energy anymore. I'm the one out here making the roads safer. I'm the one taking hits so others don't have to. I'm the one turning rage into rent. It's weird. I spent years thinking being a Fury Warrior was about impressing people. Turns out it's mostly just about showing up, swinging anyway, even when you're tired, even when you're scared, especially when your mom already told half the village you're useless. By the time I drag myself back toward Razor Hill, the sun's low, the shadows are long, and everything hurts in that I might die, but in a good way kind of sense. I've got a sack full of questionable creature parts, some coin, a new cut on my shoulder that's definitely going to scar in a way I can show off later. I hand over the proof. They hand me money, tiny clinking symbols of survival. The grunt gives me a little nod. That'll do. You hit hard, kid. Not a kid, I say. Then I catch my reflection in a shield. Hair wild, eyes bright, shoulders squared. Okay, maybe a very large, very angry kid, but with income. I head back toward home. The sky's gone purple and red, like the whole world's one big bruise that refused to stay down. My legs ache, my arms ache, stuff I didn't know I had aches. But underneath that, I feel right. Like this is what I was built for. Not speeches, not politics. Just me, my rage, my weapons, and this ridiculous desert that's apparently my office now. Mom's outside when I get back. She looks me over. The dust, the cuts, the stupid, satisfied grin on my face.
How may I serve?
So, she asks, you live? Yeah, I say, holding up the coin pouch. I live. She nods once, trying not to look too proud. Good. Tomorrow, you do it again. Tomorrow? Already? I was thinking maybe a day off. You know, to recover, appreciate my own magnificence, maybe moisturize. She snorts. You want to be warrior? You don't get day off from being warrior.
Hello,
Rage doesn't take day off. World doesn't take day off. Rent doesn't take day off. Her hand
Just
lands on my
remember,
shoulder like a
not
friendly
everything
boulder.
regenerates.
But you did good. So that's how it starts. Not with fate, not with prophecy. Just with your mom telling you to stop freeloading and go smash something for money. Tomorrow, I'll do it again. Maybe I'll go farther, hit bigger things. Maybe I'll learn to control this fury a little better. Or maybe
Spirits
I'll
be
just
with
get
ya.
louder. Either way, my name is Gorzag. Green, furious, mildly sexy, currently exhausted. First day as a real warrior? Complete. And in the morning, we go back into Durotar. We hit things. We scream. We pay rent. You know, adult life.